Wellness Wednesday.
And Day 3 of the WASC State Conference 2020.
I'm Finley.
I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Dawson. We are from Evansville J.C. McKenna Middle School, and we were the co-chairs for this year's JAM State Conference.
We are so happy to have an opportunity to bring a part of the experience to you.
We are proud to be a part of the great state of Wisconsin.
Here's an icebreaker song that highlights one of the things we love about our state.
Give me a long M. M. Give me a short M. M.
Don't give me no pop, no pop. Don't give me no tea, no tea.
Just give me that milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Wisconsin milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Give me a long I. Give me a short I. Don't give me no pop, no pop. Don't give me no tea, no tea.
Just give me that milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Wisconsin milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Give me a long L.
L.
Give me a short L.
L.
Don't give me no pop, no pop. Don't give me no tea, no tea.
Just give me that milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Wisconsin milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Give me a long K. K. Give me a short K. K. Don't give me no tea, no tea.
Just give me that milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Wisconsin milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Give me a long milk.
Chocolate!
Give me a short milk.
Skim!
Don't give me no pop, no pop. Don't give me no tea, no tea.
Just give me that milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
Wisconsin milk.
Moo, 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 moo.
A big shout out to all of our dairy farmers in this hard time.
Next, we are proud to introduce one of our speakers from the JAM Conference, Mr. Jim Kramer. Jim has been a friend to the WASC for many years, as an advisor, governing board member, camp counselor, and RILA camp director. He has won many awards for his dedication to students and leadership, including the National Warren E. Shull Award. He is now retired as a teacher and school counselor from the McFarland School District, but he can still be counted on to help students be better leaders and simply better people. Jim is a perfect speaker for Wellness Wednesday, as he shares his expertise with taking care of ourselves with power of laughter. Take it away, Jim.
Well, hi there, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. You didn't think that was my real smile, did you? How about this one for you Packer fans? There we go. Take that to the next game. All right, I'm Jim Kramer, and I am so happy to be here with you today on Wellness Wednesday. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to focus on an activity that you can do anywhere, anytime, with other people, by yourself. It's a lot of fun. It is called, I kind of feel a little bit like Mr. Rogers, laughter yoga. And we want to get our endorphins going. Dr. Katana, going to give you a little bit of background. Dr. Katana noticed, he was a doctor in India, and he noticed that when people laugh and get their bodies moving, they feel better. And so he went around India and he started something called laughter clubs. And right now there are thousands of laughter clubs throughout the world. You can go online, find it easily. You can find an online community, or you can start one. I would encourage you to start one with your student councils when you get back to school in the fall. We need a lot of laughter right now. Things are strange, so I want you to get some resources. Here's a great book. This was the original one I got when I took my laughter yoga certification class. And this is called Laugh for No Reason by Dr. Kataria. And there are some other ones that I have found on Amazon. Inner Spirit of Laughter, 5 Secrets from the Laughing Guru. That's one that's on my Kindle. And let's see what else we've got there. We've also got, okay, we've got some videos. Sorry about that. We've got some videos, 40 foundations. So there's just a lot of great resources out there. So I encourage you to find one and read it and practice it and have some fun with it. So like I said, Dr. Kataria found that laughter is the best medicine. And so we're going to do some laughter yoga together today. So I'm going to ask you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe you're by yourself at home. Maybe you're with some friends on Zoom. Or your parents are home, or your older or younger brothers and sisters are home. Invite them to join you. We're going to do some activities, and we're going to talk a little bit about the philosophy. But like I said, I really hope that you will take this to heart and take it back to your schools and start a laughter club at your school, in your community, and have some fun. So let's go ahead and warm up. I'm all ears. First thing is, we don't need something funny to be part of, for our laughter. Oftentimes jokes and movies and things are funny because somebody gets hurt or it's putting somebody down. So laughter yoga is not focused on or foundation on having something be funny. It's like singing when you're joyful. It's like an activity, just dancing when you feel like it. You don't need a reason. And so we're going to warm up. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to practice, and we're going to do ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. So that gets our lungs together, our cardio opened up, our vocal cords going. And you can march around. If you've got a group in school, you can do a circle, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Or you can do ha, ha, ho, 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 ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. Whatever you guys feel you want to do. So let's practice that together now. Ready? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. And so that's how we get warmed up. We can march around in a circle, like I said. Gets our adrenaline running a little bit. And as leaders, adults and student council advisors are constantly encouraging you to find your voice, your leadership voice. Well, I'm going to challenge you to find your laugh. Find your leadership laugh and make it your own. When you sing from your own voice. When you dance from your own energy and movements. And so your laugh is yours and yours alone. So I challenge you to find your laugh. Through laughter yoga, I was able to find my laugh, and now it's just out there for the world. So we're going to be working on that. When you're doing laughter yoga activities, you want to have a way to bring the activity to a close so the group knows that you are going to be finished up. So it's very good, yay! Very good, yay! And you do it 3 times, very good, yay! And then that means that we're finishing up the one activity and we're moving into another one. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we've been social distancing and we've been on the phone a lot, and everyone knows this is the universal sign for the phone. So we're going to be talking to a friend of ours, and we're going to hit on something that just cracks us up by something that we're talking to our friend about. We all love laughing with our friends, so we'll get our imaginary friends on the phone and we'll be listening. good, very good, yay. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. All right, so how did that feel? That was your first try. Did you find your laugh? Were you a little shy? Like I said, there are laughter clubs you can look up online. There are laughter yoga videos. Laughter on the Train is a great one. If you haven't seen it, it's an older video. It's on YouTube, and it's shows these people on a train and how the laughter affects everyone and infects everybody on the train to just join in and just laugh from their heart. So, what'd you think of my laugh there? That's the one that just came up, so that's where I'm at with my laughter. So you're gonna get a group going. You're gonna do this. One of the things I challenge you to do is to find a time every day to laugh. One of the things that I try to do is when I'm out driving is anytime I come to a stoplight or a stop sign, I laugh until it turns green or until I get to go. Maybe you're watching TV and when you get to a commercial, you decide to laugh for a full commercial. So find ways to fit it into your day so that you're giving yourself that good medicine. All right, I'm just checking my list here. So another good one is milkshake laughter. So what you do is you grab your 2 cups and we're going to pour one into one side, mix it up, pour it into another side, mix it up, pour it into another side. It kind of tickles as you pour it from place to place. And then you... I got it on my mouth. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. You guys are doing great. How that one was a little easier maybe? This next one is, we're going to jump right into another one. We're going to keep the energy going. Have you ever been to Hawaii? If you've been to Hawaii, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, this is your opportunity to go to Hawaii in your mind. And you know in Hawaii, hello and goodbye is aloha. So we're going to aloha and turn it into a laugh. So we're going to be aloha. Aloha. Now I know I can see you guys laughing out there. I know Gretchen's laughing. Aloha. One more, aloha. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. You can do group things when you get back to school and you're in your councils. You can do some laughter. There's some great exercises. Laughter orchestra is a great one. That's where you put your council into 3 or 4 teams, depending on how many there are, and they take a minute or 2 to come up with a group laugh. So they all agree on one single laugh. And then as the conductor, you point to the different groups, and as long as you're pointing, ha 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 ha. So then you can point to a couple at a different time, and you have a laughter orchestra. That's a really fun one for groups. And sometimes when students or when people are in a group together, they're a little less inhibited and not as concerned about what other people are going to say or think. Laughter makes you feel better, especially during these times when we're uncertain about the school schedule and how we're getting things done, but we're going to get through this together. And I just hope that my laughing with you on Wellness Wednesday as part of your virtual conference helps a little bit. I was really excited to be a part of this. I was going to be at the conference as well, so I miss seeing all of you, and I'm looking forward to the next high school or middle school conference that we can actually see each other at. And then if you come up to me at the conference and you remind me that we did laughter yoga together, we can do some laughter yoga when we see each other. Let's see what another good one is we're gonna play the jackpot. So we're in our arcade, and we're going to play the slot machine, not for real money, but for laughs. So we're gonna win, so we're gonna all walk up to the machine, and we're going to put our ha-has in, and then we're gonna pull the lever, and you won! Let's play it again. Go up, put our ha-ha. You gotta just put a little ha-ha in there. And pull the lever. Woo! You're a winner! Very good, very good, yay. Very good, very good, yay. Very good, very good, yay. Now, we've been laughing together, we've been laughing. Hopefully somebody in your house is laughing along with you. And I just realized that we can't leave the room with all this laughter all over the floor. So our last activity together is we're going to gather up all those giggles and all that laughter, and we're just going to shower it down on ourselves, and we're going to have one last laugh together. So let's gather it up and gather it up. It's tickling. And and gather some more. Well, I know I feel tremendously better. I hope you do too. Have a great rest of your virtual conference. And from Jim Kramer to you on a Wellness Wednesday, keep laughing. I'm going to come up and turn off the button.
Thank you so much, Jim. Hi, everyone. My name's Marissa Bosberg, and I'm one of the WASC State Chief of Staffs, and I'm also the National Region 4 President, serving the states of Wyoming, South and North Dakota, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So what I do is I work with the executive committees from those states to share ideas and improve student leadership throughout the nation. And I'm so grateful that some of you guys are tuning in, and all of you are tuning in to our virtual state conference. And here at the WASC, we're also super thankful for our next speaker, who is actually a WASC Governing Board and Camp alumni. Now she's a guidance counselor at Adams Friendship High School, Miss Michelle McChesney, who's going to share with us a little bit about how to stay grateful during this time and keep our mental health well. And so I'll hand it off to you, Michelle.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the third day of the WASC Virtual State Conference. My name is Michelle McChesney and I'm a school counselor at Adams Friendship Elementary and Middle School. I also am a WASC alumni. When I was growing up, I had the opportunity to attend WASC camps and conferences, and those experiences truly shaped who I am today, and for that I am forever grateful. I'm so honored that I get to be here today to share some things that I learned along my leadership journey that hopefully you can use in yours as well. So today we're going to talk a little bit about self-care and what you can do to incorporate self-care into your life. But before we get started, let's talk a little bit about why we need self-care in our lives. So we know that a leader can be defined by many different things. Some qualities that pop into my head are a leader is a hard worker, they're driven, they're determined, they're inspirational, they're empowered, they're problem solvers, they're accountable, they're honest, and they're even a little confident. And all these characteristics are things that I think all leaders strive to embody. They're characteristics that we strive to live by each and every day. I know that when I was a student leader, I was really proud of myself when I was able to embody these characteristics and be the leader that I was striving to be. And so from that experience, I know that putting in the time and working so hard to be the best leader that I can be and the best person that's helping my school be successful and the best person that's helping plan events and make sure things run smoothly, that can take a lot of time. It can take a lot of energy. And so I know that being a leader is really fun and really empowering, and it's just like truly really exciting. And so we want to learn how we can incorporate self-care into our lives so we can make sure that leadership stays fun and it stays exciting and we don't get burnt out, and we're still able to be the person and leader that we want to be, even if we're working really, really hard to serve others. So along my leadership journey, I learned that taking care of myself was an extremely important part of my life. I learned that taking care of myself not only helps me feel better, but also helps me be better and do better. So I'm able to better serve my students. When I was in college, I was better able to be a student leader. When I was in high school, I was better able to communicate with other people and really do what I wanted to do when I was taking care of myself. And so, kind of a little funny story. You guys have probably all heard the word self-care today in today's society. And I graduated from high school 7 years ago, and nobody was talking about self-care 7 years ago. And so it's really inspiring and really promising for me to hear that self-care is being talked about so much in today's society, because hearing the word self-care for me really reminds me that as a society, we have taken a step. We've decided that we want to start a movement to teach people that it's okay and it's important that we take time in our lives to take care of ourselves. Our life is not only about serving other people and helping others, but it's also really important to help you. And you can only help others and do what's best for the people around you if you first are doing what's best for you and what's going to help you take care of you. And so hearing the word self-care was really encouraging, and I hope that we can today talk about some things that you guys can implement into your lives to incorporate self-care into your daily life so that you can keep leadership fun and keep leadership exciting, and you can take care of you along that journey. So before we get started, I want to remind us that there's a lot of different ways to embark on the journey of incorporating self-care into your life. There's a ton of different things that you can do, and I am only going to talk about maybe one or two things that you can do to incorporate self-care into your life today, but there's really a vast variety. So what you really need to do is explore and find what's best for you. What works for me might not be what works for you. But along that journey, I want to remind you that just like learning how to read in kindergarten took time and practice, learning how to implement self-care into your life also is going to take some time and some practice. So as you begin this journey, I want you to be gentle with yourself and be kind to yourself and just try out some things that you want to try out and see what that impact is. If you're as dedicated and as driven as you are to be a student leader, as you are as dedicated and driven to implementing self-care into your life, I promise that you're going to find a self-care strategy that really works for you and that's going to help you be the best person and leader that you can be. So today I'm going to teach you about one of my favorite self-care strategies, and that is gratitude. What is gratitude? Well, gratitude is a form of thankful appreciation. So gratitude can be done in a lot of different ways, and really what we're going to focus on today is to be expressing gratitude for you, not for others, but for yourself. So there's been a lot of research that has correlated gratitude to different wellness impacts. So Gratitude has been correlated to increased life satisfaction. It's been shown to increase positive emotions and decrease negative emotions, including depression and anxiety. Also, people that express thanks have been shown to be more empathetic, forgiving, helpful, and supportive. If we think about that as student leaders, those sound like characteristics that we really want to embody. We want to be people that are forgiving and helpful and supportive and have a positive outlook on life, right? And so implementing gratitude can help us get to that place. Gratitude has also been found to help people find meaning in their lives. So people who express gratitude have been found to say, I feel like I'm living my life to the fullest. And if we think about that in relation to the times we're living in right now, even in COVID-19, people who are expressing gratitude and have incorporated that into their daily lives can still feel like they're expressing and they're living their life to the fullest, even if their life doesn't look the same as it did a month ago. And we're going to talk about why that is in a little bit. So there is another study that found that gratitude helps increase your conflict resolution skills. So we talked about earlier that leaders have to be problem solvers, and expressing gratitude will help foster the development of those conflict resolution skills that will help you be a better problem solver, ultimately helping you be a better leader. Gratitude has also been found to help decrease stress. So there was a study done specifically with freshmen in college. So we know that some of our seniors here are going to be embarking on a big life transition next year. A really exciting transition where they get to go out into the world and explore and find out who they are as people and what they want to do with the rest of their lives. And this transition is so exciting and so rewarding, but also can be kind of stressful because a lot of things are changing. And the study found that individuals or students who had incorporated gratitude into their daily life were less stressed and felt more social support during that big life transition of transitioning from high school to college. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, gratitude has been found to improve sleep quality. So we know that if you're expressing gratitude and you're focusing on changing your mindset before you go to bed to be positive, people have seen increased quality of sleep and better sleep because of it. And lastly, gratitude has showed significant association with happiness. And for me, that's really exciting because I like to be happy and I like to be around people that are happy. And so gratitude helps foster happiness. And you might say, how? Why does it help foster happiness? Well, for starters, gratitude increases your experience with positive emotions. So it helps people, it actually rewires the brain to help us see pleasure in all experiences. So it helps us see things that we can be grateful for or see things that are positive even when the situation might not be the best situation in the world. So really what gratitude does is it reshapes our mind and our thinking structure so that we think more positively. It's a mindset shift. That's ultimately what it is. It shifts our mindset to help us see the positives, which ultimately can help us overcome or cope with adversity and be more determined, driven, strong people. So we just talked a lot about what gratitude can do for you. And I don't know about you, but for me, those are a lot of really positive characteristics that I want to embody in the person that I am. So about 2 years ago, I started my graduate program in school counseling. And through that program, when that program started, I decided that I was going to implement gratitude into my life. And I've seen significant changes in my life because of it. And so I hope that some of these strategies that I have implemented can help you see those significant changes and increases as well. So the first thing that I implemented is a gratitude jar. And so this can be kind of fun, especially if you're artsy. Some people have painted or put quotes on the outside of their jar or decorated it with glitter and ribbon. And you can do whatever you want with the outside of your jar, because what's really most important is what goes inside. So what I just did was I took a mason jar, I wrote gratitude jar on it. You can do whatever you want to the outside. But then on the inside, I take a piece of paper, one piece of paper each day, and I write something that I was thankful for that day. So it can be something really simple, like this one says, I was thankful that I got to talk to my students today. Something super simple, but something that made a difference in my day, helped make my day a little bit better. And I write something in my gratitude jar every night before I go to bed. It takes me about a minute, but it helps reframe my mindset and helps me be positive as I'm going to sleep at night. And it also is something really cool to reflect on at the end of the year. So like I said, I put one in every day. At the end of the year, my jar gets pretty full. And so I get to spend New Year's Eve going through my jar and reading the things that I was grateful for that year. That is such a cool experience. It's hard to put into words how cool it is to look back at throughout your year, looking at the things that made you the most happy. So that's really cool. Your gratitude jar can also be helpful if you're having a bad day. Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I like to pick some of them out and see what were the things that I was grateful for, because sometimes on our hardest days, it's hard to remember the things that we're thankful for. So this helps keep me positive even on days that are a little more difficult. So the next thing is a gratitude journal. So a gratitude journal is kind of similar to a gratitude jar, where in a gratitude journal, we're gonna put things that we're thankful for or that we're grateful for each day. So I write in my gratitude journal every day as well. And my gratitude journal really more serves the purpose of reflection for me. So in my gratitude jar, I put, a couple words and that's kind of it. Whereas in my gratitude journal, I'm really able to stop and reflect on the day and really kind of put together the pieces and maybe even the small things that helped make my day really great. And so my gratitude journal looks just like this. It says, anything is possible. And I like that on the cover of my gratitude journal because I feel like it really reminds me that it's all about my mindset. Anything's possible if I'm in the right mindset. And so if I'm grateful, I'm going to be able to accomplish the things I want to accomplish. So inside my journal, every day I just write the day. And then I chose to incorporate a quote. So every day I find a quote, whether it's on Google or Pinterest, or there's some fun apps that you can get on your phone that have quotes. So I pick a quote every day that really kind of stands out to me, really speaks to me that day. And so this journal entry, my quote was, pause. You are enough. You do enough. You have enough. And so this quote was really helpful. I think this journal entry was around the start of COVID, and this was really helpful because I was navigating something really new to me. And this quote helped remind me that I'm doing enough to support my students, and I'm doing enough to be the person that I want to be, and I just have to be good, and I have to recognize that I'm good enough the way that I am. Then below the quote, I write a daily reflection. So I write something that made me grateful or made me thankful that day. I am thankful for blank today because, and then the because is the really important part of the gratitude journal, because that's the time that you can reflect on how that small thing really impacted your day, your week, your life, and even your year. And it's really cool to spend time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, really stopping to think about the things that make your life really great. And like we talked about before, it really ends up rewiring your brain to think more positively. So that's a pretty cool thing about gratitude journals. Another thing that you could do to express gratitude is thank you cards. So this is a way that you can express gratitude for yourself, but also maybe make the people that you're grateful for see how important they are in your life. So each week I send a thank you card to somebody who's been important in my life. You can make them, you can buy them at the dollar store, they're at Walmart. Really what's important is what you put inside. So just write a nice note and send it in the mail, and that person then will get a note really recognizing them for how important and how grateful you are to have them in your life. It ends up making them feel just as great as it makes you feel. And then another thing that I recently did as part of COVID is I wanted to try to make expressing my gratitude a little more fun, a little more engaging, because it was a difficult time in our society, and everybody was adapting, and for some it was more difficult than it was for others, and I wanted to bring enjoyment and laughter and maybe some excitement into the people that I am grateful for as life. So what I did was I got these blank puzzles. You can make your own, you can order them, you can get them at the store, and I colored them. And so what I colored on all of mine are, you are a piece that fills my life puzzle. And so I sent the people I'm grateful for like 2 or 3 pieces every day for 5 days. And so they got excited getting pieces in the mail, not knowing who they came from. And then at the end, they put their puzzle together, and they could see that they're an important part of my life and that I'm grateful for them. And they also got to have a little fun along the way. So that was a little fun thing that I had fun doing a couple weeks ago, and maybe I'll get to doing some more very soon. So those are a few different ways that I express gratitude, and I'm sure that you guys, as creative and inspiring as you all are, will come up with many other different ways to incorporate gratitude into your life. I hope that after today you have seen how important and how valuable it is to incorporate some type of self-care into your life. So maybe you're going to give gratitude a try. Maybe you're going to make a gratitude jar or start a gratitude journal. Or maybe you're going to try yoga. Or maybe you're going to do meditation. But I want you to try to pick something that you're going to focus on, that you're going to dedicate your energy to take care of you. Just as important as it is to take care of the people around you and to serve your school and community, it's also important to serve yourself. So I hope that you remember after today that you are important and you are valuable, and it's okay to stop and take care of you. It was really great talking with you all, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of the WASC Virtual State Conference. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks again, Michelle. And next, we will have one of the many WASC family members who are serving on the front lines during this worldwide pandemic, Miss Jess Singer, and she is treating COVID patients in Milwaukee, which is kind of the epicenter of the pandemic in the state of Wisconsin. And we want to use this time just to share our gratitude here at the WASC for all those who are working on the front lines and working to keep everyone safe and healthy during this troubling time. So I'll hand it off to you, Jess.
Hello, WASC. I am Jessica Singer, WASC alumni, and I am so excited to be able to talk with you today. Whether it's virtually or not, I'm just excited to be able to reach out to you and say just a few words about everything that's going on here right now. I'm so impressed, first of all, with the WASC governing board, the staff, all the students that are working to still put on a virtual state conference for you all, because I know so many of you worked so hard and so long to be able to put this together, and so many people were so excited for it. So kudos to you all. Thank you for having me here, just even for a few minutes virtually, because I think you guys are doing a great job. So the WASC, it's very close to my heart, very near and dear to my heart. Starting out as a student council member way back in 6th grade, and getting involved with the WASC right off the bat, going to leadership camp in the summer as a delegate, getting involved with my Region 4 governing board, leading me on to then getting involved with college governing board, things like that. So WASC really kind of started my leadership journey. So, you know, the leadership camp, a lot of you know me from there, just as being a counselor, and you know, it teaches you so many things. So I'll kind of get into that a little bit later, as far as how reaching out to WASC and taking all those things that you've learned with the WASC can really help you kind of get through this fuzzy gray time that we're in right now. So outside of the WASC, in my adult professional life, I am a nurse in the city of Milwaukee. I normally work in the general medical ICU, where I take care of pretty much every diagnosis that you can think of. You know, we see a lot of things, and I love my job. I've been a nurse for about 2 years, and if you had told me at the start of my nursing career that this is what my nursing career would look like right now, you would have blown my mind. But today, my ICU, well, beginning of March, my ICU turned into a COVID ICU. So we only take care of coronavirus patients, only if they're positive. So patients that come in think that they might have coronavirus. If they do, they stay with us if they're super ill and need to be in the ICU. So whether that means, you know, extra medications that you can't get anywhere else, or just extra, you know, things that might keep your heart working efficiently, whether it maybe some oxygen, some extra oxygen support for your lungs, and then, as many of you might know, being put on a ventilator, whether that be full lung support, life support, patients that really are super sick from this. And it's really hard to, you know, kind of imagine this, because so many people, you know, don't get to see that side of things, of what's going on right now and how serious things might be. But there are so many people who are actually very ill. So that's my job. My job is to focus on them and to make them better, and to give them the support that they need in the hospital, whether it be emotional support or the medical support of things. And they don't have family. So my job is to, you know, really be there for them emotionally as well. Be there for their family virtually, because we are able to FaceTime, or, you know, talk with them over a video, to kind of explain to them what's going on, and kind of, you know, let them know that we are there for their family member or their friend. So that also takes a toll on me then, because, you know, I want to do what I can to help the patient, but also the family member, and it's hard that they can't be there for each other. So I see firsthand all of the things that are going on. I love my job. After all of that, you would think that I'm emotionally and physically exhausted, but I love what I do. So with that being said, seeing firsthand, you know, what's going on behind the hospital doors, I want to thank you, because you're the ones that are staying home. I can't even imagine how difficult it is to not go to school every day, to do the things that you've worked for. You know, high school was a great time in my life, and to not be able to cross the stage, to not hear your name as you leave the court your last time, to not go to prom, to not be in the hallways with your friends, because that was just, you know, as important to make those personal connections with people. So I completely sympathize with that, because I can't even imagine not having those memories and doing those things that you worked so hard for. You know, studying so hard for the test that you don't get to take, planning so hard for a state conference that you don't get to actually host. That is extremely difficult to be able to comprehend and to process. And you know, I hope that you have people in your lives that you're reaching out to, because it's important to talk about those things and realize how difficult life is right now. But with that being said, I want to thank you, because for my end of things, it's difficult to know, you know, that, you know, life has kind of come to a halt elsewhere. My life is completely different too, but my life hasn't stopped, and yours hasn't either. You know, you can do the things right now. You're not going to school, and, you know, you can't see your friends, but you can do the things that you don't normally have time for. You can do the things that re-energize you, that bring you joy. And that's really what is important right now, to be able to go on with your life and be able to move past this when this is all over. You have to take the time for yourself and to be able to do those things. So I, right now, you know, working where I work, I'm living in a hotel, because that, you know, isn't really fair to my family and my friends to be able to see, you know, me in this state, you know, working with the patients that I'm currently working with. So it's important for me to be able to take time for myself and to be able to do things that I enjoy. You know, I have my coworkers, so I'm not totally isolated like a lot of you are. But it's important that I take time for me and care for myself in order for me to take care of my patients. And that goes for you too. You know, when you go back to, you know, a little bit of normalcy again, it's important that you're able to still give your all to the community, to your school, to your family, and that comes with taking care of you first. So whether that be, taking a walk outside. That's why I'm outside. I live in a hotel, and so it's 65 degrees outside today. It's important for me to be able to get outside, and just any sort of, you want 30 to 60 minutes of outside fresh air in order to like re-energize you and kind of give yourself a little bit of balance. So you can do that. You can go for a walk. You can take a bath, face masks, a little bit of self-care, mani-pedi for you girls at home. I think people have been doing a great job with Zoom and FaceTime and, connecting with the people that they don't get to see on a regular basis, because just as humans and as the caring humans that all of you are, it's important to have that personal interaction. And if there's one thing that comes to mind immediately that WASC has taught me, it's how important those personal connections and personal, intimate moments with people are, because that's what we as humans strive for. So it gives us gratitude, it gives us a meaning. Having kindness, reaching out to other people, that's what, life is all about. So right now, not being able to see people, in face, and we lack that personal connection. So doing the Zoom meetings and doing the FaceTimes, that is so important right now. But, it's also important to just say, hey, how are you doing? Because we don't just want to talk about how, life looks right now, because it is sad. We're missing out on all of these things, but we need to focus on what the future holds for us. Not, and not the bad things, not about what the economy is going to look like, not about, you not being able to go to your graduation parties this summer, but the good things that we do have right now. Those that are going to go off to college, or, things that will pick up when life, starts to resume a little bit. But I'm sure you've all seen the memes on Facebook and social media. Kindness hasn't been canceled and love hasn't been canceled. That's real. That really hits home with me, just working in healthcare, because I have to focus on that myself. So, reaching out to those that you love and that you care about, and talking about things that bring you joy, not just about what's going on in the world right now. It's important to not avoid that. We want to talk about those emotions, but it's also important to, talk about the things that bring us happiness. So other things, I said going for a walk, maybe I think it's important to take little one-on-one dates, just take yourself for a walk. It might be awkward and uncomfortable, but once you realize, you go through a drive-thru and you sit and have a picnic in your car by yourself, it gives you a different sense of meaning in order to be able to then reach out to other people. It allows you to process things differently. It allows you to think differently about everything else. It gives you a new sense of gratitude for everything else that's around you right now. Other things. It's important to focus on what we have right now, things that we can be grateful for, what we can control. Because if we only focus on the things that we can't control, that's not going to get us anywhere. So focus on the things that we can control. We can control how we handle things. We can control our emotions. We can control, our personal connections with those around us. And it's important to move past the things that are out of our control right now. We can advocate for ourselves, but there's a lot of things that we can't do right now. So just a few kind of tidbits from the healthcare side, because I'm not able to stay home, and I do love my job, but I appreciate you guys so much for staying home and for, being able to take a break and to kind of halt all the things in your life. And you sacrifice so much for what is going on right now, and I really appreciate that. Everyone is giving so much love to all the frontline workers, and I am trying to give my love to you, because that's equally as important, because I can't even imagine all the things that you're missing right now. And all of that comes from the WASC. So the WASC has taught me so much about, the self-care and the perseverance and the personal connections, and how important that is to us as humans. So we don't want that to stop. So while you're staying home, focus on all of those things: self-care, taking care of other people, think about the things that you have. Take the time to do the things that you don't normally have time to do. Your 2020 goals. I'm in a hotel right now, and I looked at my 2020 goal list, and I was like, I haven't had time to do any of this. Flossing my teeth, something so simple that I don't do. We have time for that right now. So focus on those things. That'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel like you're achieving other goals, beyond the things that we aren't able to do right now. So thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. Thank you for staying home. Thank you for still reaching out to those around you. Thank you to WASC for all that you're still doing to reach out to students virtually and to still get those involved. Thank you for having me here to talk with you today. From, as a person that is on the front lines, this is real and this is important. And I know it's hard that life has completely come to a stop for a long period of time. It's important to take time to process that. So thank you for doing what you're doing and for all of the support that you're doing to reach out to the healthcare heroes. But thank you to WASC. Have an incredible rest of the state conference. I can't wait to watch the rest of it.
Thank you so much, Jessica, and thank you to all the WASC family members and all the other frontline workers who are working hard to keep us safe, healthy, and happy during this pandemic. And next, we have a really special speaker for you all. He was the JAM Administrator of the Year this year from Menominee Middle School, Mr. Mark Anderson. So I'll give it off to you.
Hey everybody, my name is Mark Anderson. I am extremely honored, humbled to be this year's WASC Administrator of the Year. What a unique time, I guess, to be receiving this honor. I believe it was just this week. We would have been all together in Madison and had a chance to meet everyone and thank all of you personally. But obviously our world has changed in quite a short time. I hope this video finds all of you and your families and friends, loved ones, healthy and staying safe during this time. I just want to take a minute and thank a number of people for this recognition. It wouldn't be possible without any of them. And first of all, my wife, Willow, she's also a middle school teacher herself, and my sons, I have a high school son, he's a sophomore, Sam, and also my middle school child, Gavin. And I appreciate all they do to support me and following my passion and working with middle school students, and I love all of them very much. I also want to thank Michelle and Mary. I was hoping I'd have a chance to see them this week and meet them in person, but I also want to thank them for all of their help and putting all of this together and just their day-to-day work in terms of working with the future leaders of our wonderful state and nation and world. I also want to thank our middle school counselors or middle school advisors, student council advisors in Menominee, Ralph Haas and Casey Yanish. I know this wouldn't have happened without their work and their efforts as well, and I appreciate them, and even more than ever, all of the work they do for our students throughout the year, and taking a little time to go through the WASC website and just recognizing the great work that's being done all around the state and their role in that. I really appreciate everything they do as well. And finally, I want to thank all of you, the students. I guess what makes this award extra special to me is just that it's something that comes from the students and is driven by the students. I myself, many years ago, was a high school student council advisor, and I saw the power of it then. I was involved in a school consolidation, and the administration went to us to help with that process, and I learned then how empowering it could be and how important. And then when I received my first teaching job, I was able to be the student council advisor in Rice Lake at their middle school for I think 4 or 5 years when I started. And I see Carl Olson's name is still around, and I think on the agenda for next week. And Carl was a mentor to me at that time when I started out in Rice Lake. He was next door in Barron and got me set up. I think I went to a JAM conference in Stevens Point at that time, and Carl was a big influence. So I appreciate everything that he had done and is still doing for the students around our state. Just a brief background of me. I guess I've already mentioned it, but I taught in Rice Lake for 13 years and have been blessed to be the assistant principal in Menominee Middle School for the last 11 years. I also want to thank both our former principal that I worked with, Stacy Everson, and our current principal, Bart Betcher, for believing in me and continuing to believe in me and allowing me to do do what I love to do. And I also graduated from both undergraduate degree from UW-La Crosse and a graduate degree from UW-Madison. So I want to close with, hopefully some of you read this, but I was just on your Facebook site, and I noticed, and I don't know who to give credit to or who wrote this, but I thought it really said things best. Conversations will not be canceled. Relationships will not be canceled. Love will not be canceled. Song and reading will not be canceled. Self-care will not be canceled. And hope will not be canceled. May we lean into the good stuff that remains during this time. And I guess that's what we've all been trying to do. And I know, and speaking with the teachers and the communication they've had with our students, and I hope you're reaching out to your teachers or advisors around the state as well and communicating with them. I know they want to hear from you. Hopefully you're taking time to build some deeper connections, maybe with your family. I know our world here has changed completely, and it's, on a positive scale, allowed me to spend some time with my boys that I certainly would not have been able to do otherwise. So I hope that you're all taking advantage of that as well. And again, thank you, from the bottom of my heart to all of you and everything you do. And again, I appreciate this award, and best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Hello, WASC. My name is Dylan Cuff, and I am a junior from Evansville High School, and I am one of the WASC State Chief of Staffs.
And my name is Dawson Cuff. I'm an 8th grader at Evansville Jason McKenna Middle School, and I am the State Jam President.
If you cannot tell, we are siblings, so I've been having to deal with him for this quarantine, but it's okay. Anyway, we hope you guys have had a wonderful day 3 of our WASC Virtual State Conference. And we had amazing speakers today, such as
Jim Kramer with the Laughing Yoga.
Can you please give us one of your laughs?
Ha 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 ha.
That's really bad. Okay, anyway, who else do we have?
We had Michelle McChesney.
And then we had our frontline workers and Mark Anderson. So today's challenge for you guys is Wellness Wednesday. So we want you guys to post your guys' pictures of how you are staying healthy during this global pandemic.
We want you to post them on Facebook, Instagram.
And then you can email us at socialmedia@wasc.org. So Dawson, what are we doing today?
We are doing face masks.
So we got this at Nationals, so hopefully it'll bring back some of our national memories. And yeah, here we go. So as you guys can see, Dawson and I, for our Wellness Wednesday, put on face masks. We would love to see your guys' Wellness Wednesday posts by tagging WASC Leader and using the hashtag WASC Wellness Wednesday. Dawson, last words?
And we hope to see you guys back tomorrow for day 4 of our virtual state conference.
See you guys later.